Everybody, it's me, and we're back with another Golden Lock. Now, I've been like playing a lot of games today. In the future, I probably would like upload more Golden Lock, and it's probably going to be more sparse, with like a lot of different games. Because I'm realizing that I still need like a lot of time to cook with this pack because like my win rate is like 50%. I'm still struggling to make this pack consistent. Like I can win against like someone playing in a competitive setting, but like in rank it's really difficult for me to try to make this pack like consistent. From my experience, this is all the games that I played today. You can just like look through it and see if there's like anything that piques your interest. But for now, I'm going to do like a quick couple shoutouts. First of all, it's this game where I bought like a on-card Silver Fox. I've been trying to make Silver Fox treated the same way as like Hamster. The difference is like Hamster is actually just better in a lot of ways, but Hamster's the very basic way is like Hamster gives you 2 gold like instantly. I know it's just like roll gold, but there is like a lot of situation where it's negligible between roll gold and just like actual gold, and in this case I'm trying to use Silver Fox the same way as like you use like Sauropod or Hamster, where it's like enabling the tier 6 scaler, and in this case Silver Fox is enabling Bob. I've been trying to make this more consistent with like Kakato and stuff. With like Kakato Pretzel, just like make a big Silver Fox. You get gold anyway, so the process will be faster and faster as the time goes on. But because you gain more and more gold with the Silver Fox getting bigger. The only thing you need to think about is like probably like Stinky Sock or Skunk and stuff like that. But otherwise, Silver Fox is a pretty strong pet in that regard. But yeah, that's just my shout out to Silver Fox. I also want to shout out like Durian. There's like a lot of games where my out is Durian, and like the thing that you trying to do is basically survive to unlock Durian. I probably would like make another video on Durian specifically, but for now, it's kind of annoying that Durian is a tier 5, but I'm going to save that complaint for later. Any other game that I want to shout out? This is like this against Starpack. I'm going to talk about it in the different game, but for now let's talk about the matchup against Pac-1. Now this is a game that I played against Pac-1. I was actually like surviving for quite some time until they hit. They just have a massive spider here, and it's like I am still like surviving with 6 HP, right? Which is interesting. Now let's go through like the first stage of the game. Now I usually always try to get Possum and Chipmunks. I think those are just 2 the best tier 1s like easily. I even often like went to a situation where I really just like want Possums. I'm starting to think that there's like no bait possum, and you should just like take every single possum possible, because it just makes your mid game so much easier by having like a massive feint pet. But that's still tier in development. I just want to do a shout out on Possum. It's pretty like obvious at this point, and I think Possum has been meta for a long time, but I'm getting an asterisk where I think it's better than what a lot of people thinks about. And here I just bought a Meerkat because it's a thing that I just went to my shop, and I just bought a cherry, and with like that. I think the first thing that you need to flare in your mind whether like against Duck is very important, because they're going to have like a unit with like a lot of HP, so I needed this Meerkat. And that was not a pretty easy solution choice anyway, because they also, my other choice was like a Royal Flycatcher, which will never do anything in this situation. And here I'm just like rolling for tier 2. My ideal tier 2 would be Hercule Beetle. I've been like liking this guy a lot because it's just like a pivot unit, and it also just have a good base stats. But here I think I even just like take the Possum level. Oh true, yeah, because I was like I can't really imagine like winning with just tier 2, so I wanted like a tier 3 just to make sure that I can win the next round. But maybe it's strong because they have like double snail. Maybe I wanted like a tier 4 more than I do doing this, but like yeah, because I have like a African penguin in the shop, I'm like, I don't have a buff target. Like I don't want to just buy temporary African penguin that's just like going to target units I'm going to sell, so I might as well get around Masox, and double tier 3 is good anyway for like lettuce targets. And this is just like my turn 4, and yeah, the Masox and Meerkat tempo actually let me survive a lot of these rounds. Like that, like the Meerkat actually gave me the breakpoint that I needed. Like I wouldn't win this round without the Meerkat. And the train goes on. I actually hit like double. I actually hit like a sea lion here, and also hit a cockatoo later on the line, and just like that cockatoo is just like there to buff a sea lion. And here, by the way, like I'm keeping the cockatoo on board because I was like trying to hedge for like a level 2 cockatoo high roll, because like against that I do think that I need like to concentrate most stats, and cockatoo is my way to do that, because like sea lion is like wide scaling, right? So, and I want like a tall unit. But for now I'm just like, I have 6 life. They have a very strong board because of the snails, but I have 6 life, so I'm just waiting for things to happen. Now on this situation I really want to remove this garlic. This is like the biggest issue. If I have a baguette I would like just take it just to remove this garlic. I don't even want like ailment like anchor weakness or anything. I just want that garlic to be gone, because it's actually just like making things a lot more complicated. And I started losing because they have monkey, but they have 3 lives, I have 6, so it was just like I'm chilling, I'm just trying to win. And here because I have Macaque Manta on shop, I'm like I probably should try to play for this, and Manta is good anyway for the future because I just get gold. Here I just bought the Cockatoo Waffle first and instantly sold it because I don't want the Macaque to be getting the Cockatoo value basically. I didn't even take the... Oh, this is an interesting line. Yeah, I took this too, and I didn't take the... I think that's wrong. I think the Baboon 1-1 stats not that good anyway. I was just like keeping it because by the way, also like shout out Durian again. I took the Macaque. The biggest decision why I took the Macaque is because I want to put Durian on it, and I just have 2 Durian instantly because my opponent only have 1 big unit. The remaining team I can actually like beat. But like this one singular big unit is like making things difficult. Like as long as I get Durian, I'm pretty much happy. But yeah, I think the Manta Ray keeping the Baboon was wrong. The Manta was pretty smart in comparison. And yeah, here I actually just like eat a Silverfox because I think like I need a lot of things to catch up, so I want gold. And rather than rolling for the fire and eat. And I think I end up not even taking this fire as well. Yeah, I sold the Baboon, so like keeping the Baboon was just like incorrect. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, my plan is to just like get level 2 Macaque and try to get the... I'm still debating whether I want the Beluga levels or not. And yeah, my opponent also hit like an almost level 2 shark here on turn 9, which makes things a little more complicated. And we did hit that. And I took this Secretary Bird, by the way, because I have a Beluga Whale and I have a level 2 Osprey, so that it's like easy trigger for the Segbird. And I was thinking maybe I can like put a banana eventually in the Macaque. I'm still not quite sure. Like I'm still debating whether the Segbird is good or not here. Because like if I take the Segbird, that means I need to sell the sea lion. I was like trying to do that as like a last source effort. But yeah, here my opponent have a level 2 shark. They hit sheep as well. They have flight, have melon. Like this is a very difficult board to beat on this turn. But we did hit the double Silverfox trigger there. So I get like extra gold for turn 11, which is nice. And I have like double Segbird here with chocolate, so this decision is much more easier now because I can just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to do this. And I still have Silverfox inside of the Beluga as well. Decision way easier now, and I just froze that Warthog because I wanted inside the Beluga. I do think level 3, I probably should have froze that. Because like I don't want the Beluga to actually have a chocolate cake. I much prefer it just having like a level 3 by itself. And I don't actually have a much improvement. It's not my improvement is level 3 Macaque, level 3 Beluga, or level 3 Segbird. I don't know if I can like slot in another unit. At that point it's like pretty difficult to get like another unit going. So yeah, that's just my plan. And here I actually get 2 triggers, and yeah. I think you should always take Durian. It always does more than I imagine it would. Like I always like misunderstood how strong Durian is. I keep losing to it, and I keep like just like not taking it for some reason. Um, and I just took more Durian here because I'm trying to front something that is not macaque basically. And here we actually did hit the double macaque duplicates, so. Like here, because my Osprey or like because my Durian is in the back, I was like struggling to figure out the positioning here. End up not mattering because like we hit the breakpoint anyway, and they hit like an Ox here. It doesn't matter because I one shot anyway, but yeah. And by the way, this Sackbird, look at how strong it is. Like it's almost making my macaque 50-50 from a 10-8. Now there's also like a lot of those stats that comes from the Warthog itself, but yeah. Yeah, and my macaque's become is like so massive at this point. Yeah, I've been like getting saved a lot by all of these durians as well, and they haven't like freeze the. Also, like I didn't realize, but like their sharks are actually 4 attack or like 4 HP. I realized it for like super late. But that shark is actually pretty vulnerable to like fake and stuff. But I was really focused on the spider because they have like pretty good scaling here. I want to just like reduce their HP as much as possible. I can't even buy any of this because I am on like 1 HP. At this point, I'm just like confused. If you have any input on what I should be doing in this game, like a better improvement that I could have done, I would love to hear it. But I was like struggling during this game. And also, by the way, I was like so worried about these two as well. And this, I guess the macaque was also like that, but like 2 chili swing and one of my units going to die, and like I would lose like a big macaque and durian or like a chocolate cake. So like there's so many different breakpoints where I would have lost just because of that, and they did hit level 2 fly here. Like if they have snake, this would be so bad for me because I just cannot survive 2 snake swings. Like a snake and a tiger, I just die, but they don't have it just yet. But yeah, I'm like drawing all of this round as well, which is bad. Maybe I should have bought like a banana on my Sackbird as well, but I was like trying to find a potato because I know that my loose gonna say if the Sackbird is dead. I replaced that with a tomato. I just want like double tomato to try to like snipe the shark. At the very least, it snipes and I think 1 durian is enough to kill that spider because I also have a Warthog, but at the very least it like removed the melon, which is going to be huge for me. I was like less tempted to do that because I wasn't like removing a melon. They still have onboard melon. And here we actually hit a breakpoint as well. I just popped that melon. Also, yeah, another thing that always like surprised me is like how much a level 2 flying can do. That was like actually pretty decent amount of damage. And here I skipped the tomato again. I was like really worried that they are going to buy a croc. But eventually I kind of just like, you know what, fuck it, and I bought that the beluga as well because I know they're going to front the monkey with chili after this turn, and they did do that. And here is just like a really bad BP for me. They put like a back mammoth to avoid both of my tomatoes, which that's a possibility that I completely forgot to think about. I think it actually didn't matter as well that me killing the mammoth. So it's something to learn about in the future. Because like they're just getting a lot of stats and the shark is also triggering. Like if I like to replace the tomato with something else, I could have won. But it's something that I didn't even think about because my brain was just like, oh yeah, if they bought a croc, I'm dead. But they didn't they didn't bought a croc at all, and that's the game. I thought it was a really interesting game. Like I was like behind in a lot of those rounds since turn 7. I'm just trying to catch up. I was like winning. I was like in a health advantage, but life and death advantage, but. They definitely have a better future prospect than me, and that's like my solution to try to like catch up with that. The next game I played with the same person. This game I have just like a massive flea. But yeah, Sea Urchin was also interesting as well. And as you can see, I have the Herc Beetle as well. I really like Herc Beetle as a tier 2. I think it's much better than as African Penguin because you can control where the stats go. And more often than not, you want the stats to go to like tier 4 and higher. For the pivot value, like ideally you hit it into like a Fire and a Warthog, so you just keep the Herc Beetle for a long time. I do think, in my opinion, it's like tier 2 is like the best buff target of like a baboon. If you have like early baboon, my favorite buff target is always the Herc Beetle. Here I have a Segbird game. I didn't talk about Segbird like a lot, but Segbird is a very strong pet. You can see like me taking Segbird a lot on these turns, and yeah, like I have Fire in it, I have Manatee. I could have done that, but Segbird is better for tempo. I'm just like trying to survive, so might as well. Like this is like, I like kind of don't like Fire Ant just because like of many different reasons. The biggest one is like usually because I want the Fire Ant to be big, but if the Fire Ant's big, it's going to take quite some time before it can actually die and have its value or like transfer the attack to my important unit. And at that point, my big unit's already dead. It's usually what happened when I play Fire Ant, so like I much prefer just doing this because like my big unit that I want to target with Fire Ant usually dies from snipes or something. So like Fire Ant is less good as a buff target as like a Warthog, I would say. And here I just had a level 2 Segbird. It's very strong, and I have like 2 trigger here, so my plan now is to just like lean into the Segbird. Get a tier 6 and try to replace my Manatee into with like a with like Beluga or stuff, and just like have a massive tier 6 with a Cockatoo. I'm still on fence on whether I should sell the Manatee or not. I'm still like debating on it. But here I just sold the Osprey because it's much less value. And now we just have a million summons to trigger our Segbirds. I'm on the fence whether I want to sell. Also, by the way, I was like buffing the Beluga as well because I do think that I just want like the Beluga to exist as unit as like rather than chocolate caking it. I'm pretty flexible in that plan whether I want to chocolate cake or not. But for now, I'm fine with it. Just like having stats and having banana on it. And here I just took the German Shepherd and sold the Manatee. Now I think that decision should be like thought about more truly, because sometimes you can just like put a pita bread on a Manatee and just like be happy. You just have like a 15 HP scaling and also the Manatee value, but I'm less tempted to do that because the Manatee is on level 1. And I think leaning into the Segbird is much better. My opponent is playing correctly as well, by the way, by like putting my fleet into like a less important unit. But yeah, Boar is not actually like a German Shepherd counter, as I say. The best German Shepherd counter is your own summon or snipers. Those are the things that you need to beat German Shepherd. Like stuff like Boar or Hippo doesn't actually do much. Rhino can do things, but Rhino is actually like another very strong counter. But yeah, if you are playing against the German Shepherd, your initial thought it should be like, how can I like snipes all of this unit? Another game that I thought is interesting is which one? Yeah, I think it was this game. Yeah, I think it was this game. Let's take against another pack one. I have a Weasel game here, so I just have a gold. And yeah, by the way, both Flea and Squid is very important, just because like Garlic is so overpowered. So yeah, like having any way to replace a Garlic is just good. And I bought the Flea because they have a dog. Like I know that I'm going to face a big dog, so I need to have a way to more efficiently beat the dog basically. And here that's a very unique situation why I have like a double ailment. But the Squid and the Flea, as per usual, just like starting to spam lettuce. And yeah, as you can see, they're just like doing dog stuff. I could have like positioned better here, but we managed to draw thanks to the flea. Thank you, flea. Yeah, dog rabbit is a pretty strong combination. I was like thinking whether I should buy this Squid or not, but I decided not to and just like play with this board. And my weasel becomes big enough now. In a position like this, because the rabbit was like 1-6 in the previous round, that was like 4 attacks, so I needed like a 5 attack, 5 health unit to try to beat that and win the run. And I need to actually target the flea with the dog with the flea. Like I can just like remove the garlic and able to beat it, basically is the idea. Like here, as you can see, I wouldn't win this if I didn't remove the garlic, but alas, they actually buffed the rabbit, so my plan didn't work. But yeah, there's like a good odds that I'm going to beat the dog with what I did. Here I just bought the PDF for like a tempo option. A lot of the things that I did on these turns, I just like trying to beat that dog and have more HP, because I want to survive until Durian against a rabbit board. I think the easiest way to think about it is like try to survive until like you can unlock Durian. And here they already have turkey. My bloodiness are signaling that I won't need to like snipe them in some way. I probably should have sold the silk moth, but the reason why I didn't sold it immediately is because like I want to keep the attack for later. And I put a potato on the manatee because I wanted to not hit itself with like 5 damage every single turn, and want to have more time to find like crane or something, or just like survive until I can unlock pita bread, basically. And here I lose to Melon. They did a good job and try to like avoid my flea, so. And here I just start scaling fire, and because against that your immediate solution is, like I said, is snipers. So I want the big fire, and because I want to transfer the attack into a Cobra later. And this is like a pretty nice Cobra game, I feel, and we did hit the Cobra, and I just sold those the Sea Lion because I don't think I need the Sea Lion scaling anymore. I have the Cockatoo as my scaling for my 1 unit. I don't need like white scaling, I don't think. And I need like board space anyway eventually, where I want to try to input like slug and stuff as a Cobra support. And my plan now is to just like try to get slug, try to get and I sold the Cockatoo even because I realized that, oh yeah, I just need like a potato on the Cobra and it'll be fine. And there's the potato. Just put a potato on it, and now the rest of it is just like, I probably should have taken this manatee. I thought I needed the board slot, but taking the manatee actually give me odds of hitting another Cobra, so that's pretty nice. And the extra scaling is still relevant for a couple turns. I think I can just like put a slug inside of the beluga. I don't need a separate slug. I think that was like a mistake by me. And like freeze rolling this wolf is also horrible. I just really wanted the yeah, I need to think about it more, like how I treat manatee, because like it's a pretty decent scaling, if not like the best scaling or like the best single target scaling in this pack, so I should respect it more. And like it's pretty easy to survive it even without crane. Pita bread still do stuff on it. And here I was like freezing the warthog. It's a pretty weird situation where I want level 2 fire end because I almost like, but I'm trying to figure out what is the target for it. That's why I'm like freezing the warthog. Like which one I want the fire end to be targeting, basically. Again, garlic just saving their ass. They have a level 2 fly as well, which again is doing more than I thought. We did manage to draw this turn, however. And I put a pita bread there because I just put the weasel in the back and put a pita bread on it because I want I wanted to just like survive for a long time. At the very worst, it trades with the shark, and I think with all of this attack, I can just trade with the dog. This weasel is basically just like trying to give me more odds of like surviving snake snipes. And here again, I'm still like deciding whether I want to put Warthog inside of it, whether the nail is better, whether like a slug is better. Like, I was getting confused. Like whether I should put the Warthog inside the Beluga or just like turn into a fire ant target. And here, yeah, the fire ant doing a lot of damage, and we did win this round. Obviously these Cobra is also doing a lot. Yeah, again, like a summon team, you should always like think about Cobra or like any kind of snipes, but mainly Cobra. The other thing that you can try is a Nurse Shark, but both of them are good. It's just situational whether which one you hit first. And here I just took a fire ant, just have a massive attack on everything basically. And I was like debating whether I can sell something for the Warthog, so I'm just like freezing it for future prospect if I need it, because I have a level 3 fire ant, and I can also just like put the Warthog inside of fire ant depending on the situation. And here, like the level 3 fire ant let me trade with the dog, so that's why I took it. And now we just have a million attack. It's really difficult for my opponent to beat this. And like we also just have 20 damage snipes, so yeah, that's the game. Yeah, this video has already been going on for 30 minutes. I thought I should just like show some interesting games about like my whole flow and my game plan. Please let me know what you think, and I still have a couple of games that I want to talk about, but 2 of them are just like against Factory. But I think those are like the most interesting game for the day. Shout out to Silverfox, shout out to Segbird as well. I think it's pretty underused at this point, and people should try to like play it more. If you have any like interesting game that you have with like a Silverfox or Segbird, I would really love to see it. I would love to see any of your games, to be honest, because I want more data. I can't play it by myself. If any other players like currently grinding Golden Pack and have some interesting thing to say about it, I would love to hear it. Anyway, I thought this video has been going on for 30 minutes. I should probably like stop now. I don't think I'll be like able to cut any of this portion either, so but yeah, thank you for watching. That's a long video. Next video is going to be like about the 2 games that I play against Starpack, and anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.